No one is going to warn you when the future breaks. There won't be alarms. No official announcement. There's no single moment you can point to and say, this is when it happened. Instead, it will feel like this. A growing sense that something is wrong, even though everything still works. The systems function. The routines continue. Life goes on. But the world stops making sense in the way it used to. That feeling isn't accidental. And it isn't personal. This is over tomorrow. A place to understand what today is quietly creating for tomorrow. And to understand why the future feels wrong, we need to talk about something most people avoid. By every measurable standard, life should feel better. We solved problems that once defined entire civilizations. Hunger is no longer inevitable. Disease is no longer mysterious. Distance is no longer a barrier. We carry more knowledge in our pockets than kings once held in their entire kingdoms. And yet anxiety is rising. Loneliness is spreading. Meaning feels scarce. This is the paradox of modern progress. We optimized the world for efficiency, but forgot to ask what efficiency was for. For most of human history, change was slow. It unfolded across generations, not updates. When the world changed, people had time to adapt psychologically, culturally, and socially. Today, adaptation is constant and no longer optional. Our environment is evolving faster than the human nervous system ever did, and that gap, the widening distance between how fast the world moves and how slowly meaning forms, is where the discomfort begins. What makes this moment uniquely disorienting is not the collapse, it's ambiguity. When civilizations collapse, the signs are obvious: scarcity, conflict, breakdown. But this moment doesn't look like that. The systems still work. The routines repeat. Life continues, and yet people feel unanchored. The problem isn't survival, it's orientation. We don't know where we are heading. And more importantly, we don't know why. For thousands of years, societies were held together by shared narratives. Stories about purpose, meaning, what a good life looked like. Those stories were imperfect, sometimes false, often incomplete. But they were coherent. Today, coherence is gone. We have infinite information but no unifying direction. Infinite choices but no stable values. Infinite voices but no shared language. And the human mind is not designed for infinity. It is designed for patterns. When patterns disappear, anxiety fills the space. Most people feel this unease but explain it differently. Some blame technology, some blame society, some blame themselves. But the feeling itself is real, and it isn't new. Ancient thinkers warned about this moment long before modern technology existed, not in terms of machines, but in terms of imbalance. The Stoics believed suffering increased when humans tried to control forces that moved faster than their ability to understand them. Eastern philosophy spoke of an imbalance between action and awareness. Civilizations understood cycles, growth, excess, fragmentation, and realignment. They didn't predict algorithms or digital networks. They predicted what happens when systems grow faster than wisdom. What feels new today is not the problem itself, it's the scale. Never before has information traveled faster than the speed of light. Never before has identity been shaped by systems rather than communities. Never before has attention become a commodity. We are not living in unprecedented times. We're living in accelerated times. An acceleration without direction creates distortion. The human brain evolved in environments that changed slowly. Seasons, rituals, generations. Today, novelty is constant. New information every second. New identities every year. New expectations every moment. The nervous system never rests. This is why modern exhaustion doesn't feel physical. It feels existential. People aren't tired of working. They're tired of becoming. Always updating. Always optimizing. Always adapting. In the past, identity was something you discovered. Today, it's something you maintain. And maintenance without meaning feels like decay. This is not a failure of individuals. It is a mismatch between ancient minds and modern systems. And the future feels wrong because people sense that mismatch growing wider. The most dangerous idea of the modern age is that progress is inherently good. Progress is neutral. It amplifies whatever direction already exists. If a society values wisdom, progress deepens wisdom. If a society values speed, progress accelerates chaos. We built systems that maximize engagement, not understanding, visibility, not depth, reaction, not reflection. And then we wonder why attention feels fractured. The future doesn't feel wrong because technology is evil. It feels wrong because the direction was outsourced. We stopped asking what kind of humans we were becoming. We only asked what we could build. Every era loses something when it gains something, but today's loss is subtle. It's the loss of inner continuity. The feeling that your life is a story rather than a feed. Moments no longer stack into meaning. They dissolve into noise. When people say the future feels empty, what they often mean is that they can't see themselves inside it. No role, no narrative, no destination that feels human. And a future without self-recognition feels hostile, even if it's comfortable. This discomfort is not a sign of collapse. It's a signal of transition. Moments like this force a single question to the surface. Will humanity slow down enough to realign, or speed up until meaning breaks completely? The future will not be decided by technology alone. It will be decided by attention. What we choose to notice, what we choose to value, what we choose to ignore. Every system follows incentives, and right now, we are incentivizing distraction. But incentives can change. Cultures have shifted before, values have re-emerged before. The feeling that something is wrong is not weakness. It is awareness arriving before language. The future does not arrive all at once. It forms quietly through habits, systems, and choices that feel small in the moment. What feels wrong today is often what demands attention tomorrow. And understanding that process is what Overmorrow exists for. If this made you think, that's what this channel is here for. Subscribe if you want to better understand what comes next. Do you think the future feels wrong? Or are we simply living through a transition we don't yet understand? Your answer may say more about where we're headed than it seems.